That is right, guys. We are back to do another Madden 17 rebuild. I got a request to do the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to Brandon Duskowski again. This is his second team he requested, I believe. So shout out to you, man. I appreciate the comment. Keep them coming. So we will going to be doing the Miami Dolphins for you today. I took a quick look at their roster before, and I believe it's going to be an interesting one. A lot of their players are not too old, but they're getting up there in age. I'd say they've passed the peaks of their career, and they're kind of coming down the other side of the hill, the side of the hill that you don't want to be coming on. So let's take a look at some examples of that. Ryan Tannehill, he's 28 years old. I don't think he's going to progress any more than that 80 overall. They brought in Foster, who's 30. He's 81 overall, and he's had injury troubles in the past. The only part on offense with youth that I like is the receiving core with Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills, and Jarvis Landry. That's a very good receiving core to start off with. The offensive line, though, Brandon Albert, he is 31 years old, I believe. They got Laramie Tunstall in the first round at Ole Miss. Good player, 79 overall. He likes smoking dope with gas masks. Their center, Mike Pouncey. He's 27. I do like the Pouncey brothers, but he's 27. He's only 78 overall. I don't think he'll be really getting much better. I'm probably going to get rid of him. Bushrod, he's 32, 81 overall. Same thing, be getting rid of him. And Jerron James, 76 overall, right tackle. I'll probably be keeping him, actually. Jordan Cameron, kind of got that ass backwards there. He's 28 at tight end. I like him. 84 overall, but, in a year or two, he'll be going down. So I got to think about him. On the defense here, there's a lot of the same here. Cameron Wake, 34 years old, so he'll be going down. I'll be getting rid of him. I really like Ndamukong Suh in that 4-3. He can get after the quarterback in the interior of that defense. But I got to look at his contract. I know he's getting paid a boatload of money, so I might trade him, but we'll see. Mario Williams, he's not the player he used to be. He's 31 years old, so I'll be getting rid of him too. Linebacking core, Misi, or I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He is 29 years old, so he'll be going down in a year or two, so I'll be getting rid of him. Kiko Alonso, I think, is 26, so I might keep him, but he's only 79 years old, and that's not going to be good enough in the long run. Jenkins is their youngest linebacker, starting linebacker anyway. I think he's 24 or 25 years old. Safeties, they got Jones. He's 28 years old, so he is coming down the other side of the hill. 92 overall, though, so he is a good player, but he will be coming down in overall in a year or two, and I might trade him now when I can get some good value for him still. Their free safety, I believe, is 27 years old, so same thing there. Probably going to get rid of him. Same with Thomas, their backup. Cornerbacks, same thing there. Byron Maxwell, 76 overall. And how old is he? 27, 28, 20 years old. And Chris Culliver is probably 28 years old as well. So they're not super old guys, but they're at the point of their careers where they're going to start regressing, and in my Madden rebuild, that is when I want to start getting rid of players. So we're going to be basically getting rid of a lot of players on this team. I'd say the untouchables are going to be Tunsil, Jarvis Landry for sure. I might even get rid of Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills maybe too. On defense, nobody's safe on defense, I'd say. Everyone is for sale. Everybody has a price, right? So I'm going to take a couple look-sees, and we'll pick it up at my first trade. First trade, we're going to go Tannehill to Cleveland to get their first projected pick, because they usually do pretty bad, and also threw in my backup free safety Thomas, 75 overall. For this trade, I'm picking up Floyd, defensive tackle from the Minnesota Vikings. I gave him Jordan Cameron and a 4-string cornerback or something, so that improves the interior of my defense, because I'm probably going to get rid of Ndamukong Suh. This trade, I'm going to Jacksonville to get their speed rusher Dante Fowler Jr., who I think will be playing nicely in this 4-3 defense. Next trade coming at you guys, I traded some veterans in Brandon Albert and Mario Williams to Chicago for Kyle Fuller, cornerback, 79 overall. I got very good value in this trade. I traded Bushrod Jones and a 6th this year for Brandel Roby and a first rounder next year from the Denver Broncos, so this is a very good trade. Do you want to know how to make your linebacking core way much better? Trade for Luke Kluchley. I traded Byron Maxwell, Cameron Wake in a 2nd this year, so I think that's pretty good value. With this pick, I traded Rashad Jones to Pittsburgh for DeCastro and Shazier. I also threw in Chris Culliver and a first-round pick next year. I accidentally skipped through this trade, so what it was, I traded Kiko Alonso away to Cleveland for their next round first-rounder, which is projected the 1st overall pick. With this trade, I traded Donald Butler, middle linebacker, a 1st this year and a 3rd next year for the best running back in the league in my eyes, Le'Veon Bell. So my team's looking pretty good so far. With this trade, I got John Brown from the Cardinals. You usually can get one of their receivers for pretty cheap because I got 3 good ones with Fitzgerald, Brown, and Floyd. So I got Brown. I usually get him if I need one for a good price. So I got him for 5th next year. Phillips, he's a pretty good young player, but I got 2 good D tackles and a cornerback out of Oregon. I think this guy, that cornerback's supposed to be a first-round pick, but he had severe knee injury or something, so he's not good anymore. So now I got a pretty decent receiver to add to my arsenal. With trade, I traded for Weston Richburg, center from the New York Giants. I traded Turner and Atkins, a free safety. Usually you can get Richburg for pretty cheap, and I usually get him in most rebuilds. Trade, I made a deal with the Giants to get their first rounder next year. I gave him a center, and I dumped off Adrian Foster. He was getting paid $1.9 million. I know what everyone's saying. Oh, why didn't you get into Odell Beckham Jr., so we could play with Jarvis Landry. They're like brothers. They played at LSU together. I'm not going to fall into that. I think I did that. When I did the Giants rebuild, I traded for Jarvis Landry. But I'm going to take a different route. I know a lot of guys probably want those 2 guys on the same team because it looks pretty, but whatever. So this is what my squad's going to be like before I pick up free agents because I need some at certain positions. Quarterback, I'll probably just run with Moore. Running back, Le'Veon Bell. Receivers are good. Jarvis Landry, Parker, John Brown, and then Kenny Stills. O-line's pretty decent. Tunstall, Richburg, and DeCastro. At least the interior of my line's good. James is half decent, I guess, at right tackle. Tight ends, we need to address that. Defensively, I'm fine with my D-line. Deion Jordan, slow development, though. Dante Fowler Jr., I think, has got quick. I ended up keeping Ndamukong Suh because I'm shooting for 3 years with this rebuild, and he signed for a very long time, so I don't have to worry about re-signing him. Brought in Luke Kluchley, 99 overall, so that's looking good. I also have Shazier, who will probably bump out to right outside, and then move Jenkins to the left outside. So those starters there will be good, and I have no safeties at all. So that's good. So I got to pick some up from free agency, and we'll worry about that in the draft or free agency in the offseason. So let's sim to the mid-season here in year 1, and we'll see if we have to do any re-signing. Okay, mid-season mark, 3-4 in the year. We'll be in good shape in the future, though, because Tom Brady is going to be retiring. So I think we'll be dominating this division in no time. So we got to re-sign Le'Veon Bell, Jelani Jenkins, Kenny Stills, Sims I'm not worried about, Hunter I'm not worried about. All these guys could go to free agency for all I care. I just want to worry about these guys. Le'Veon Bell, $9.2 million. I'll give him just a little bit more. Let's see what he wants. I'm excited to sign. Okay, he's coming back. I'm excited about that. Jenkins, 3.6 mil. I could probably do that. He's coming back. Kenny Stills, I really don't need him. I'm not sure if I really want to be paying him $2.8 million just to be a number 4. So I'm just going to let him go, even though I kind of like Kenny Stills, but what can he do? So let's go to the playoffs and see what our record is. Holy crap, we actually made the playoffs in year 1. This is a rare sight. Usually we don't do good for year 1 and 2. But I brought in some pretty good guys to start off this rebuild. So let's take a look at some stats before we get into this game against, I'm not sure who we played. New England maybe? I don't know. Matt Moore, though, actually half decent. 4,107 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He was sacked 30 times, so that's respectable. Rushing, Le'Veon Bell, 1,437 yards, 13 touchdowns. My other running back had 14 touchdowns. Receiving, John Brown, 666 and 5 touchdowns. Jarvis Landry, 967 and 3 touchdowns. Devontae Parker had 1,087 yards and 10 touchdowns. Defense, Luke Kluchley led my team with 163 tackles. Tackles for a loss. Ndamukong Suh with 33. And quarterback sacks was Floyd with 11. Dante Fowler Jr. had 9. Ndamukong Suh had 7.5. Deion Jordan only had 2. I would like to get another good pass rusher for my other defensive end spot. Luke Kluchley also led my team with 7 interceptions, so that is very good for Luke Kluchley. In this wild card game, we are facing off against the 11-5 Houston Texans. It looks like it's a tie game. I get another touchdown. Oh, it's going to come down to the wire. No, I think I'm going to take it here. Surprising. I was 78 overall and they were 84 or something like that. So we're going on to the divisional with Miami in year 1. This might be a surprise rebuild. In this game, we are facing off against the 13-3 New England Patriots. I'm 80 overall. They're 88 overall, so I'm not expecting too much. I'm not sure how I jumped from a 78 to an 80 overall over 1 week. But it looks like I lost. But on the bright side, this is probably the last time we're going to be seeing Tom Brady and probably New England in the playoffs for a while. So that's going to do it for this playoffs in year 1. I'm actually kind of surprised we made it this far. So let's do some offseason with the Dolphins. The only draft pick I had all draft was a quarterback I picked with the 9th overall selection, Lane Holek, out of the University of Notre Dame. Unfortunately, he only has normal development, so I might actually look and try to trade for another rookie that maybe has a quick or a superstar development. But we'll see, because I got needs that are more urgent at other positions, like tight end. I don't even know what's going on here. O-line, I'm not sure. Vollmer's actually half decent. Wide receivers I'm fine with. Le'Veon Bell's good. D-line, I still need another speed rusher. Corners I'm fine with. I might trade Quan Williams away. I re-sign him basically just for trade bait. I still need safeties. Linebackers I'm actually pretty fine with. So that's what we're looking at for year 2. So let's start making some moves. This trade costed me an arm and a leg, but I got a rookie quarterback in Bethel Thompson. I know I already have one, but this guy's got superstar development compared to the 78 overall normal development guy I have, so I'll be trading him away. Probably for another receiver, since Parker got traded in this deal. Had to give up a first this year and a second this year. I still have 4, I believe, first-round picks for this upcoming draft, so I'm still pretty good in that department. Ended up trading away that rookie quarterback I had. Normal development, I didn't need him anymore. I got a superstar development quarterback, so I traded a 6th and a 7th this year. And since I don't really have any safeties at all, I needed one, so I got Calvin Pryor, 87 overall. For this shit, I desperately needed help at the tight end position. I was not going to go through a year with a 68 overall tight end, so I got Zach Ertz from the Eagles. I think this is a pretty fair trade. I traded Quan Williams, my 3rd cornerback, a 4th this year and a 4th next year. So here's what our team's going to be looking like with the Dolphins heading into year 2. I picked up this nice superstar development quarterback, 6'6", big dude out of Texas, 24 years old, good throw power, good accuracy all around. I think he's going to be a great player. Got Le'Veon Bell at running back. Receivers, Jarvis Landry, Kenny Stills, John Brown. Tight end, I brought in Zach Ertz. Interior on the offensive line is good. Still got to work on the tackles. I just got Sebastian Vollmer and James playing there. Go to the defense here. D-line. This side of it's pretty good. I still, like I said before, want to get another speed rusher in town. Shazier, Luke Kluchley, and Jenkins are my linebackers. I'm fine with that. Calvin Pryor brought in to play strong safety for me, so I'm happy with that. Still would like to get a better free safety. And next year, probably bring in some better cornerbacks as well if these guys don't progress the way that I would like them to progress. So let's head to the midseason and do some re-signing. At the midseason mark, we're 6-2, so very good year so far. Hopefully we can keep it going. Got some re-signings to do. I already took a little peek, and there is a lot of players that I would like back. Jarvis Landry being one of them, Calvin Pryor, Sheriff Floyd, Weston Richburg, John Brown, Ryan Shazier, Kyle Fuller, Brandel Roby, and probably Jawan James as well. Maybe even Andrew Franks, but I could care less about a kicker, to be honest. So let's start off with Jarvis Landry. Give him this right off the bat, and he's coming back. Calvin Pryor is also coming back for 4 more years. Floyd, defensive tackle, 87 overall, coming back for four more years. Welcome back. Got my center, Weston Richburg, locked up for 5 more years. Locked up the speedster, the monster, Ryan Shazier himself, 84 overall, outside linebacker. Bringing cornerback Brandel Roby for 4 more years. Bringing back left tackle Jawan James, 75 overall. Probably won't be starting, but he's a pretty decent backup. Or I could use him as trade bait as well. Another playoff appearance here in year 2. We went 12-4, so this Dolphins team is actually pretty good. Look at the XP I got to spend here. My quarterback, I'm not sure if he won Rookie of the Year, but he's got 36,000 XP I could spend. So that should be pretty fun to do. So let's take a look at some season-ending stats. So Madison Bethel Thompson out of Texas, 3,663 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 picks, and sacked 16 times as a rookie. So very good year. Rushing Le'Veon Bell, holy crap, 1,753 yards, 17 touchdowns. Receiving John Brown, 602 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kenny Stills, 740 yards, 9 touchdowns. Zach Ertz, 688 and 5 touchdowns. Jarvis Landry, 972 and 7 touchdowns. Looks like they'll spread the ball around a lot in their offense for passing it anyway. Luke Kluchley led my team with tackles, obviously, 138. Tackles for loss was Ndamukong Suh with 18. And quarterback sacks was Sheriff Floyd, defensive tackle, with 9. Interceptions, Luke Kluchley led my team with 6. Led my team in tackles and interceptions in both year 1 and year 2. So let's jump into this game, see if we get the W. Playing the Tennessee Titans in the divisional. Looks like I'm just going to... Oh, that was close. I just won 30-24. We beat Marcus Mariota and the boys. So we're on to the conference final. We are in the conference final against the 11-5 Bengals. I am 87 overall and they are 85 overall. So we match up pretty good. Looks like we got the lead heading into the 4th quarter. Game's coming to an end here. Looks like we are headed to the Super Bowl in only year 2 with this Dolphins team. So I'm pretty excited about that. And we are off in the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. We play the 11-5 Packers, who are 86 overall. So we got 1 overall up on them. Looks like we're up just before half. Oh, they tie it up just before half. So it's any man's game here. It's a new ball game in the second half here. They got the lead heading into the 4th. I get a touchdown. I get another touchdown. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I won. That was... what happened there at the end? Oh, my God. Points were going back and forth, and I won with a couple seconds left, I think on a field goal or something. That was epic. This was a surprising... I did not expect making playoffs in year 1 or 2, but I made the playoffs in year 1, lost in the divisional, won the Super Bowl in year 2, but I think we're still going to be heading into a year 3. Let's try to go back-to-back here. I'll be going all out. I'll be trading draft picks to make this team even better. Looks like my quarterback with the long hippie hair, looks like he's a surfer from California, won the Super Bowl MVP. So... very good year 2 with the Dolphins. So we're going to be doing a year 3. Try to go back to back. So let's get this underway. My signings for year 3, I brought in Kenny Vaccaro, Jeremy Hill, running back, little LSU connection there with Jarvis Landry. Ben Wiki, I fucking can't even pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. Vinny Curry, defensive end. A fullback. Benjamin Watson, add some veteran presence there at tight end. Vincent Jackson, same thing there at wide out. Brandon Brooks, right guard. Eric Woods, center. And Ryan Clady, left tackle. A lot of veterans. My first pick, 4th overall, I took Dion McMullen, a strong safety out of Stanford. He's got superstar development trade, so this is a good pick. Next pick, I'm going to go Gatewood, cornerback. Very good combine out of USC, 6 foot, 203 pounds, good size. He's an 83 overall with quick development. This is a very good player. With the first rounder, I'm actually going to reach for a wide receiver in the 3rd round. He's got good skills, good top 3 skills, so let's take a chance on him. 76 overall normal development, that's actually pretty decent. This trade in year 3, I traded Vincent Jackson back to San Diego, Harmon, my free safety, and a 2nd this year for Verrett, cornerback, 89 overall, good player. With this trade, I traded Kenny Vaccaro, a 2nd this year and a 3rd this year for Khalil Mack, defensive end, 99 overall. He's going to be a monster. Trade, I'm trading Kyle Fuller, cornerback, to the Vikings for Anthony Barr. I also threw in a 2nd next year and a 3rd this year, so I still got like 3 first-rounders to trade for better players, so this team's going to be disgusting. With that, I traded my 4th cornerback for Conklin, right tackle, from the Titans. I still haven't decided yet if he'll be playing left or right tackle on my team here. This trade, I'm trading my backup defensive end, Vinny Curry, a 3rd next year and a 1st this year, to Oakland for Amari Cooper, 90 overall wide receiver. For this trade, I sent Calvin Pryor to Arizona. I really like Calvin Pryor, but why have an 87 safety when you can have a 99 overall one in the Honey Badger? So I sent 2 first-rounders, one's for this year and one's for next year. For this trade, I'm trading Jenkins away and a couple draft picks for the Vikings first-rounder this year. I'm going to turn around and use this in a trade coming up right now. And this is the trade I was talking about. John Brown, Ndamukong Suh. I just re-signed Brown. He was almost getting paid $5 million. Ndamukong Suh was $10 million, and I ran into a bit of a cap issue bringing in all these guys, so I had to free up some stuff. Threw in that first rounder I just got from the Vikings for Odell Beckham Jr., so I know these LSU boys are back together, Landry and Odell Beckham Jr., so they should be pretty happy. With my final trade this season, I traded a 1st, a 4th, and a corner. I needed a defensive tackle to fill the Ndamukong Suh spot, so I got a young rookie to fill that spot, 78 overall. He's got quick development, so he should progress nicely. So now let's take a look at my squad here. It's pretty nasty. O-line, I know it doesn't look too good, but, you know, they're actually going to be pretty good. Tight end, Zach Ertz, Benjamin Watson. Wide receivers, Jarvis Landry, Amari Cooper, Odell Beckham Jr., and then my rookie, Le'Veon Bell, 99 overall. Another LSU guy, Hill. Bethel Thompson, my quarterback's an 87. Got a 78 overall fullback. Go to defense here. My D-line, Fowler will be right end, so Mack, Sharpton, Floyd, and Dante Fowler. Linebackers are going to be probably Barr at right outside, actually. Shazier's going to be left. Honey Badger, I'll probably move to strong safety. He'll probably see more action there. And this McMullen, he's a superstar development. He'll be free safety. My corners are going to be Verrett, Gatewood, who's 83 with quick development, and Brandel Roby at the number 2 spot. So pretty filthy in year 2. I usually go all out when I do year 3s. My last rebuild, though, I did quote-unquote a legit rebuild where I didn't trade for any players. I just traded for draft picks and built my team from the draft, which isn't as exciting and fun, and it takes longer. But, you know, I'd rather do this where you just trade for some pretty sweet players and put together a team that, you know, in real life probably would not be able to come together. But, you know, I get to reunite Odell Beckham Jr., Jeremy Hill, Jarvis Landry, and the Honey Badger. All these guys went to LSU, so that's pretty sweet. So I'm going to set my depth chart, head right to the playoffs. we'll probably be going 16-0. I'm pretty confident in that. And we'll catch up in a bit. In the playoffs in year 3, we went 16-0. We already won a Super Bowl in year 2. So we are going to see if we can go back-to-back. We'll see if we could be like the 1972 Dolphins and go all the way undefeated. I already spent player XP, so this is what our team's looking like. O-line's looking very nice. Some guys got the confidence boost. Some guys went up in overall. Zach Ertz, 94. Conklin, 85. DeCastro, 90. Richburg, 89. Tunsil, 88. James, 81. Wide receivers, we have OBJ, 97. Amari Cooper, 92. Le'Veon Bell, 99. My quarterback, Bethel Thompson's a 93. And Jarvis Landry is a 92. My rookie wideout went to a 78. Go to defense here. Khalil Mack, 99. Sharpton went to a 81. Sheriff Floyd, 90. Dante Fowler Jr. went to an 89. Linebacking core is very nice. Anthony Barr, 91. Luke Clucci, 99. And Ryan Shazier, 88. The Honey Badger at strong safety is a 99. And my rookie free safety is an 87 already. Cornerbacks, we have Verrett at 89. We have Gatewood at 85. We have Brandon Flowers, 74. Brandel Roby, 85. And Howard is a 79. Even my kicker-punter combos went up. Franks is a 78. And Dar is a 75. So we're going to sim through these games. I'm not even going to do the go in the game and sim. I'm just going to do them like this. Let's go right to the Super Bowl. That's how confident I am right now. Plus, it is bedtime and I am exhausted. So, we are in the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. I'm guessing they have Dak Prescott playing instead of Tony Romo. I hope Tony Romo has retired by now. He is a band-aid anyway. So, let's sim this game. 16-0 versus 11-5 Cowboys. And I think we play in Miami here, so this would be a big win for this ball club. See if we can go back-to-back for the first time ever in one of my rebuilds. That'd be pretty sweet. It looks like we are going to win back-to-back Super Bowls. That is pretty sweet, actually. I did not expect to win in year 2, and then we just went all out in year 3. We beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl in year 3, 41-25. So let's take a look at some stats, and then we'll wrap this up. Oh, Tony Romo still playing. Looks like Prescott had to play a bit. Bethel Thompson, my quarterback, had a touchdown and an interception. Le'Veon Bell, though, 125 yards and a touchdown. And Jeremy Hill, 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Mark Cooper, not that much receiving. Honey Badger, 8 tackles. Any quarterback sacks. Dante Fowler had 1. Khalil Mack had 1. Interceptions. Luke Kuechly had 2. So that's going to do it for this Dolphins franchise. The thing I noticed with the Dolphins, I invested a lot in bringing in receivers like Amari Cooper and Odell Beckham Jr. You could get away without doing it. They run the ball a lot. I guess that's their playbook or something, or in their scheme. So investing in a good running back is important if you're doing this. I brought in 2 and it worked out. And having a good O-line also helps. And for defense in this 4-3, I like having a good D-line and a good middle linebacker is important to me when I play a 4-3. And on any defense, having good secondary is also important. Having good everything would be nice, but in a salary cap world, it's not possible really. So that's going to do it for this franchise, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and it'll help the channel grow, and we will see you in another video. Thanks for watching.